Hey there, lonely weep, lonely weep. If you're looking for love, you're looking for love.
Your boobs are
Today
cute.
we're going to be talking about romance manga, but it's not meant for the die-hard romance manga readers.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's really for the people who got through the popular or the entry level things and they're looking for the next level. I have a high percentage of unsubscribed people watching the videos, so I appreciate if you like, subscribe, comment, even give me real feedback. I'm cool with that. Only way to learn is by doing. So enjoy the video, stay for the whole thing, check you out next time. So I'm gonna start with two quick honorable mentions. One of them is real life. Now, real life, because I didn't include it in my anime video last week. I wanted to include it in this one, but I didn't even read it myself. So to be fair, I didn't want to include it, but it is a really fun, light series. It kind of makes you think about what you could do differently if you went back to high school. Oh, that's right. So basically, the guy takes an experimental drug and that helps him go back to high school. The last honorable mention is actually a webtoon. It's called Where Tangents Meet, and it generally is a pretty straightforward, simple, wholesome, sweet romance. Now, it is a webtoon, and the reason why I put it as honorable mention here is because I think it's a good entry point into the medium of like romance webtoons. Okay, so now our fifth entry is going to be Snow White with the Red Hair. Actually, I saw the anime first, and I'm currently still reading through the manga, but I enjoy it because it's very simplistic. Doing anything game changing. I think the relationship between Shirayuki and Zen, the prince, is pretty, I don't want to say realistic, but is a bit more down to earth than a lot of other ones where the prince just comes in and sweeps her off her feet. There is a kind of like third, like, to this love triangle point. I haven't seen where that takes it, but I'm 90% sure that Zen's going to be the man. And I think now the fourth entry is Love Me, Love Me Not. Now the interesting thing about this story is it's made by the same person that did Aohara Ride or Blue Spring Ride, which is very popular and well known, but I personally think that this story is better than Blue Spring Ride, which I know that is an unpopular opinion, but I personally just appreciate it more. It's actually about two couples. It's two girls who are very different in nature and personality that actually, getting their own relationship, and each relationship has its own different kind of trials. So instead of like front loading the same problems on one couple, you're getting each couple's dealing with maybe something different, so you could relate to one couple more. I think it was kind of refreshing in that way. I actually read this before Blue Spring Ride, and maybe that's why I feel that way. I really enjoyed it. It's not very long, and there's also a anime movie, but the anime movie just butchers the pacing. If you didn't read the manga and just watch the movie, it'd probably be fine though. The third entry is Love and Focus. Now this was a one omnibus complete story that I bought at Barnes & Noble's a while back just because I thought the cover art was very cute, and who doesn't just love a cute romance, right? Them sees a girl who moves away to go in a co-ed dorm with someone she actually went to school with, and that guy actually has a crush on her. Actually, he's loved her forever. Her grandpa taught both of them about photography, which is what they're in the photography club. And on her first day moving to the dorm, she ends up running into a guy and taking a picture of him, but he doesn't like his picture taken, and of course he lives at the dorm too. So you can see how that's kind of gonna play. But one cool thing that I like is both guys kind of get a chance. She kind of opens her mind to the possibilities of this guy has this quality and this other guy is distant, but he's mysterious, and both guys are good options. And I've kind of like it was one of the first few times I've experienced playing back and forth of which guy I'd probably want her to be with, but in the end I think she made the right choice, and it was just a good cute story. The second entry is actually one where I think the guy who loses is the best guy, but it's kind of a asterisk on that. And anyway, this story is Orange. Now, This manga is the first manga that made me cry. And it was an ugly cry too. I was on the beach drinking Red Bull and vodka, having a good old time on vacation, reading this while the rest of them are in the water, just crying behind my glasses on a beach. But I love Orange. Orange is great. It's left such an impression on me, and it is one of the more known ones, but I could not include this. It's just something that's real, like, it wasn't one that necessarily resonated with me, but it left a strong impression that I take with me today. It's one of the things that I always recommend people, and it tackles dark themes and kind of heavy things surrounding one of the characters specifically, but you also get a different timeline look at what the MC didn't make her stand. I would like to say that the whole point of this is a girl gets letters in the mail from herself in the future, and it tells her the events of the day and how she should go about changing them in order to save their friend's life. I mean, you can see that kind of plays into the romance, but there's other moving parts and shifting things that you kind of learn as you go through the story, and you see a girl who knows this is what needs to happen. This is the thing that I regret and resent of myself for not doing back in the past. I'm giving myself the chance to do it now. But she still doesn't always do the thing because it's hard to act in the moment. And I can appreciate that realistic side of it, because just because you know the answer to something doesn't make it any less easier to do it at times. No such thing as a sure thing. Now, the final selection. This is something that I'm pretty confident you haven't read. And it is super short. It's only like 12 chapters. And other than Orange, it's the best written thing on this list. It's Mekanse Demokoi ga Li. Butchered. Oof. Now, other than it being only 12 chapters long, it's a romance that doesn't play around with the needless drama that just seems to kind of create itself. In romance series, there's drama that pops up by just sheer coincidence or miscommunication, or just defying regular logic to ask a question or just say something in a moment. It doesn't do that. It feels like the characters are real people and that they're just acting like they really do want to change or themselves. It's a bad boy who's kind of misunderstood. It's a quiet girl who is the best version of Komi that I can give you. She's very shy, has a social anxiety, but she chooses to make a stand. She chooses to, go to this scary looking guy that has bad rumors about him and says he beats people up and hits on people. But she looks deeper than that, and they go to karaoke and have fun, and it's one of the more wholesome things that I think I've read, and I've recommended it to tons of people because I think it's like the perfect entryway into romance manga. It's very pretty. It doesn't do the tropey regular things like I've said with the drama, but I highly recommend it. I really would like you to check that one out. Now, before I go, I want to give you one thing that I'm looking forward to reading, which there's a lot of it, but one specific thing that I'm looking forward to reading is I Had That Same Dream Again. Now, this is a story that's done by the same person who wrote I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, which is one of my favorite all-time anime movies, and that is a tearjerker, and I've been owning that physical manga for probably a year and a half or something, maybe at least a year, and I'm kind of reluctant to read it, but it's getting to the point now where I'm ready to take on something like that. I can imagine from what it looks like, it's going to be pretty fucking sad and heart-wrenching. But, I think it's been a while since I read the synopsis. It's a girl who has 3 different interactions with 3 different people at different stages of their life. And, from there, I'm not sure exactly where it goes. And I don't think it's a romance really, but it probably has romance themes in it with certain characters. But other than that, thanks for staying for the whole video. Remember, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Like, comment. I want to hear what you guys think. If you have any good recommendations, put them down below. And until next time, stay normie, stay weeb, shit, even in between is fine. Till next time, peace.